It happened on February 4th on a Sunday. I had just done my groceries and I was waiting in a bus shelter.
An educator says she was violently assaulted on an STM bus in Montreal last February and is denouncing what she calls the neglect with which she believes authorities handled her case. City News has agreed to keep the young woman's real name confidential so as not to identify her. She is going by Claire. After filing a complaint and being told by Montreal police that the bus video footage which captured the incident would be obtained, Claire alleges the public transit agency is denying having ever received the video request from the SPVM.
I was by myself, and all of a sudden I hear voices from across the street, female voices, and they start insulting me. They came into the booth and with a very firm voice, I said, if you had wanted to sit down, and I made the gesture to pick up the bags, I said, you just ask and I could have put them down.
Unprovoked, Claire says the three aggressors proceeded to taunt her, throwing out insults and calling her bad words at the corner of Bishop Power Boulevard and George Street in Lasalle.
One of them started to say, I'm not afraid to slap you in the face. And two of them came towards me. The other one was on the outside of the shelter, and she held up her phone. She was filming me. And I said, why are you filming me? And I tried to make a motion to put the phone away, and she hit my hand. And then one of them said, if I had a knife right now, I would stab you.
Claire says despite trying to get the attention of bystanders, an aggressor then threatened to spit in her face.
I thought, she's not going to do it. There's no way. And then I received a spit down my face, a really good wad, which I wiped off with my glove. And when I opened my eyes, she was still really close to me, so I just wiped it right back in her face really slowly.
It was then that Claire received repeated hits to her head. Bus 112 East arrived shortly after, she says, but the driver wasn't any help.
I told him, I've just been assaulted by 3 teenage girls. I don't feel safe. He says, the only thing you can do is call 911. All of a sudden, I feel my hair being violently yanked from behind, and then I got a kick to the stomach. One of them grabbed me and threw me down to the ground, and then they started kicking me.
When the aggressors got off the bus, she remained on the phone with Montreal police. Despite conveying the officer's message to the driver to pull over, the driver continued their route.
I reported the whole event, and the following day I reported the event to the STM. Within the following days I received phone calls saying all the right things. A month later, after keeping in touch with the detective who was following my case, he left a message saying he spoke to the STM and they told him that they never received the request for the video footage, and therefore it was lost.
Though an investigation is ongoing, Montreal police spokesperson Véronique Dubuc did confirm that a request for video footage from the STM was filed in a timely manner. City News also reached out to the STM for comment, but they said they could not respond in time for air. Center for Research Action on Race Relations Executive Director Foniemi says the bureaucratic hurdles have been a hassle.
Somebody is not telling her the truth as to what exactly happened, why this video was not kept for evidentiary purposes, and this is very, very unacceptable, because we're talking here about helping and providing support to victims of violence, victims of violent crimes.
I feel it's super important that it doesn't happen again, and I'm also hoping that witnesses would come forward if they have any evidence, if anybody filmed the scene.
Witnesses can come forward by contacting the Montreal Police or CRAR. In Montreal, Anastasia Dextrene, City News.